Wow, thank God there's only 20 of you, otherwise I'd be nervous. I'm here on behalf of the Planet Content team. Wait, should I click? No. No, I should click. Yeah, click. Oh, there we go. Our goal is to provide the content that the system needs to populate every corner of every planet with realistic environments. And this content is what this phase of Genesis is all about, emergent biomes. Let's look at very high moisture and medium to high temperature. So let's have a closer look. For the water's edge, we made plants like this Alternatera and the iris. We also need the aquatic ones to float on the water surface. This willow and the one after, a Chinese tallow tree, while comfortable near water, we can also use to replace some of the more aged assets used to seeing elsewhere in the game. The last one, you may not see used much in other biomes, but it's a very iconic one for the swamp, the bald cypress. Another feature we need to make a swamp experience a proper one is water interaction. As you walk through or swim through the water, you may come across obstacles like logs or debris floating on the surface. They will react to the player character and can be pushed out of the way. We were also pleasantly surprised when we first saw how the water simulation systemically affects assets floating on the water surface, making for some really immersive moments. So let's have a look at extreme object density next. With jungles, we wanted to explore the concept of vertical stratification. The idea being that we can vary what kind of forest you're in, adding or replacing the plants that visually stand out the most. To get us started on our stratification, we made EP files like the Epiprenum and the Bromeliad, including a potted version for your hab. Then obviously you need jungles for lianas for a jungle, and we also made the Grias, which add character to the herb and tree layer. For tall trees, we decided on a fairly generic rubber tree, as its different growth stages serve as a nice foundation for all height levels. And that's pretty much it what we need to make a pretty good base for jungle. This climate would support a lot of different forests, but we also wanted to use this opportunity to explore extreme scale, and they're just really cool. A fairly common family of species for the ground levels of all redwoods are ferns, in our case a sword fern. We also made a huckleberry variant to provide some visual density for the shrub layer. To add some Jurassic vibes, we made tree ferns, as they can be found in New Zealand's redwood forests. The most important one, though, are obviously sequoias. They ended up being one of our most complex sets yet. As it turns out, they can grow to be fairly ridiculous in size. It keeps going. One thing our game's foliage is sorely missing is the ability to properly react to what's happening around it. The goal here is to unify all forces from all sources, wind, characters and creatures, ships, explosions, and whatever else, and have the vegetation behave accordingly. Now, as part of our tech improvements, we will be implementing a GPU-based simulation that's fit for our game scale. For now, we've set up the ferns with our existing CPU-based one to better visualize what it will feel like to walk amongst those giants. Also, with the biomes on our planets now being defined by where an individual object wants to appear, you can expect a lot more happy accidents by having species invade different biomes, making for some unique locations.